Hi everyone, my name is Ivy. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to crochet a cat hat for your dolls. If you guys prefer reading off of a written pattern instead, I have one in my Ko-fi where I show you guys how to crochet this cat hat, a star badge, a heart badge, and also these dangling clover designs, all in that written pattern. So in this video, I'm just going to show you guys how to crochet the hat. To start off the pattern, we're going to be making a slip knot. Once you've finished creating a slip knot, you're going to chain according to the circumference of your doll's head. For me, I did 35 chains in total. Once you finish chaining, you can go ahead and wrap your work around your doll's forehead. And if you see a little gap like this means your hat will be a perfect fit. Now we're going to join the base chain by slip stitching into the first chain. After slip stitching, you're going to chain 3, and on the first chain over here, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the very first chain, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that's how we make our first double crochet. I'll show you guys here again. First you're gonna insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. If at any point in this video you guys think I'm going a little too fast, you can always slow down the video and rewatch any part that you didn't understand or that wasn't very clear. So now I'm going to double crochet all around the row. Once you've reached the end of the row, you are going to slip stitch into the third chain space. Now working on row 2, we are going to repeat the exact same steps as we did for row 1. So that's chain 3 and double crochet in every stitch. So that's yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. To end our second row, we're going to slip stitch into the chain 3 space. And now to change colors, I'm going to get my yellow yarn over here, and I'm going to slip stitch into the pink loop, just like so. And then repeat the steps for the row, which is chain 3. And now as you can see, your pink loop is probably still loose up to this point, so you can tug it in just like that and cut off the excess yarn. From here on out, the steps are pretty much going to be all the same. So you're going to double crochet into every single stitch until you meet the end of the row. Here, I'm crocheting into my excess yarn so that I don't have to weave it in later. Here, I'm ending off my row with the last double crochet and slip stitching into the chain 3 space. Okay, before I move on, I'm going to check the width of my doll's head. My Maltese's forehead is quite short, so for this hat, I'm going to do 2 rows of pink and only one row of yellow before I continue with my next color. As for Bangyut though, I did 2 rows of pink, white, and green because his forehead is a little larger than my Maltese doll. So the number of rows that you crochet really depends on the size of your doll. If you're crocheting for a much smaller doll, perhaps a row of each color would be suitable for that doll. But if you're doing like, let's say, a much larger plushie, then you can add up the number of rows to fit its forehead. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do here with my Maltese doll. 2 rows of pink, a row of yellow, and finally, to finish off, 2 rows of brown. So here I'm going to show you guys again how we're going to color change into the next color. So using my brown yarn, I'm going to slip stitch into the yellow loop, and now I'm going to chain 3 as per usual, tighten up the yellow yarn, and then double crochet into the next stitch. Don't forget to cut off your excess yarn. To finish off my hat, I'm going to double crochet into the last stitch, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the chain 3 space. I'm checking once again here to see how well the hat fits my Maltese, and I kind of really like it actually. The color palette looks really nice and it fits really well. At this point, you're going to chain 1 and cut off excess yarn. So now we're going to fasten off, and you're going to grab your tapestry or darning needle, and you're going to weave in the ends. So after weaving your ends, you're going to press your hat flat like this, and now we're going to sew the top of the hat. Now since I'm using a keychain plushie, I'm not going to sew it all the way closed. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how I make space for my little key ring to go through. So first, you're going to grab a color of yarn that's the exact same as the top of your hat. So for me, I'm going to do pink. Using the front loop of the first panel and the back loop of the next panel, you're going to slip stitch and chain 1. And throughout the rest of the row, you're going to slip stitch into even more loop to get the panels closed together. For dolls without keychains, you can slip stitch both panels shut all the way through, but for dolls with keychains, you need to do a little bit of math here. So what you're going to do is get your base chain number, minus that by 4, and divide it by 2. So for me, that's 34 minus 4 divided by 2, which is 15. That's the number of slip stitches I'll do for the first half of my hat. And then after I'm done slip stitching 15, I'm going to continue slip stitching only on one panel, doesn't matter which panel, as long as they're not together. You're going to be slip stitching 4 in either one of the panels, like so, without joining them together. And then after that, I'm going to slip stitch 15 again. Once you're done slip stitching all the way to the very end, you can cut off your yarn and weave in the ends. If you've made it this far into the pattern, congratulations. You can stop here if you already like your finished product. But if you want to see how I made the heart and star badge, continue watching this video. Now for the star badge, you're going to grab any yarn color of your choice and make a magic ring. And now you're going to start single crocheting in that magic ring 15 times. Once you're done single crocheting, you're going to slip stitch into the very first single crochet, and then you're going to want to chain 3. Now in the second row from hook, you're going to single crochet, in the chain after that, you are going to half double crochet. So that's yarn over, insert your hook, and pull through all 3. And now from here, we're going to skip 2 single crochets and slip stitch into the third one. You're going to repeat this step 4 more times to get all of the points of your star. This is completely optional, but if you want to add a border to your star badge, you're going to grab another color of yarn, and then you're going to color change, and then you're going to start single crocheting all around the star. At the end of the row, you're going to slip stitch into the very first single crochet that you made with the brown yarn and cut it off. Now for the heart badge, in any yarn color of your choice, you're going to make a magic ring and chain 3. After chaining 3, you're going to double crochet 3 times into the magic ring. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. After doing 3 double crochets, you're going to do 3 half double crochets. So that's yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, and then pull through all 3. After doing 3 half double crochets, you're going to chain 1 and do another half double crochet and then chain 1 again. And then from here you're going to repeat the 3 half double crochets and 3 double crochets to make the heart symmetrical. You're going to chain 3 and slip stitch into the magic ring. At this point you can pull the magic ring shut, and completely optional again, but you can color change into another yarn color of your choice and make a border row for your heart. For me personally, I single crocheted thrice in each chain 3s and then single crocheted around the heart. And once you reach the end of the heart, you're going to slip stitch into the very first single crochet you made and fasten off. And now all that's left to do is to sew your badges on, or you can glue them on if you want. For me personally, I would recommend you do both ways. I hope you guys liked the tutorial and better yet, liked the creation you just made. If you have any questions, please comment them down below. Or if you have made the hat and you want to post it online, please do and tag me on Instagram so I can see all the wonderful creations you guys have made. If you guys want more tutorial like this, please do tell me. I would love to make more. If you guys want access to the full written pattern, it's linked in the description below. I hope to see what you make, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!